very quickly. Here we go. Oh yes, and we are back. Hello everybody. It seems like an eternity since my last review, probably because it has been an eternity. I think it's about, I have no idea the last time I did a review. Sometime when COVID plagued the planet. So this review was supposed to be done, well, a year ago or so. This review is a little bit different to my previous reviews in the fact that I'm not borrowing this bike. This bike is mine. This is my baby. This is my dream bike. It is, of course, the KTM 1290R Superduke. This is the Gen2. I couldn't afford the Gen3, which is why I've got the Gen2. Simple as that, really. All comes down to $1. It was a very good deal, and well, I couldn't refuse, really. I guess I could have stretched to got the Gen 3, but why stretch yourself? And in the current climate, it's probably a good thing that I didn't stretch myself, thanks to COVID. So I've already done a little review of the pet hates and things about this bike. It's nearly been, well, no, how long has it been? It was about 9 months or so that I've had the bike, but obviously I haven't ridden it anywhere near as much as I would have liked to, but I feel that I've got to know it quite well now, so I can give you a full-on review for newbies. So this review might also be a little bit different. I have been out on it and done a bit of filming, but I might add a few clips from previous ride outs in this review, but predominantly it's going to be a standard review for newbies with the 5 tips of areas that you need to consider the most if you are mad enough to consider having a 1290R as your first big bike, or if you're you know, new or inexperienced into riding. So let's begin, I guess. It's a rather cold April day 2021. It's what is it? It's Easter Sunday, yeah, so happy whatever day, baby Jesus. What was it? He came back to life or something, didn't he? Yeah, sure. So yeah, it's a bit cold, a bit brisk. And where do I start? Okay, well, comfort, very comfortable. I'll go through the walk around later because I have added some options to the bike. So obviously you can't buy the Gen 2 new anymore, so if you are looking to get one, it's going to be second hand anyway, so it might already come with some options that the previous owner put on it. So I've got the power part seat, which supposed to be a lot more comfortable than the stock one. Yeah, it is a bit more comfortable, not massively. Also adds a couple of mil in height as well, and we'll come onto the height in a minute. But obviously it's a naked bike, street bike. It is kind of a sit-up position. I find it very comfortable. There's no pressure, you're not leaning forward or back or wherever, so there's no tension on your wrists or anything. It's for me it's a very comfortable riding position. It's a relaxed, natural sitting position, you know, you're not bent forward or anything, but a lot of that will depend on your height, I guess. I feel, compared or coming from my previous bike, it almost feels a little bit short, as if the wheelbase is a bit short. So for me, slow turning positions aren't difficult, but you can be made to feel that the front end will kind of come away from you. I'll try and explain that a bit more logically. Slow turning, the front wheel can give away, and it can make it easy for you to drop the bike. That's coming from me. That might be a lot to do with my inexperienced or being crap at slow manoeuvring, but compared to, say, for instance, the Triumph Explorer, which I had before this, which was a huge top heavy bike, I find this a little bit more difficult. I don't know whether it's to do with the rake of the front forks. It just feels it's something you need to be aware of. Slow cornering, moving the bike, walking the bike around, the front end can sort of come away from you. I've changed the mirrors, so these mirrors, in all honesty, aren't great. They're not very good at their job because they're very small, but it's more of an aesthetics thing. The stock mirrors are very good, give you plenty of rear view. Just going to pull in here, so I'm dying for a wee. I love it. This bike is by far the best bike I have ever owned, but there's a reason it's nicknamed the Beast. It is ridiculously powerful. It is ridiculously fast. And it is ridiculously addictive and fun. But with power comes responsibility. You've got to remember that as a new, inexperienced or experienced rider. You've got to treat this bike with the respect that it demands. It's a 1301cc V-twin. So I can compare it a little bit. Well, no. Well, yeah. I did a review of the Harley 48, which is a big old V-twin thumper. So at low revs, you feel the engine, and you get that with this. At lower revs, it's not anywhere near like that at higher revs, but you can feel the vibration of the bike. It does vibrate a lot, but it's meant to do that. It's all part of it. It's the unique characteristic of the bike. Now it does come with rider aids as standard. Got 3 rider modes as standard. Rain road or range street and sport, yeah, rain road and sport, something like that. 3 modes. Rain mode reduces the power. Street mode is the default mode, really. It's what I always have it in. And then you've got sport mode, which makes the throttle a bit more responsive. Got ABS, cornering ABS, traction control, heated grips, which weren't a standard. That was an option I had to pay for. And the best part of it, which again was another option, which does wind me up a little bit, I've got to be honest. It's what a lot of manufacturers do, make you pay for all the options. Not just motorbikes, is it? It's cars as well, but they all do it to get some extra bloody money out of you. But considering what KTM brand this bike as, you know, a beast, a monster, you would have thought that some of these options should have come as standard. So I paid for, the only options I put on this when I bought the bike were the heated grips, an alarm, and the performance pack, which basically is the quick shifter, which means, for those of you who haven't used one or heard of one, it allows you to go up and down the gears without using the clutch lever. It's also got a blipper, which is also very cool, well, I think it is anyway, which basically meets, when you're changing down a gear, it meets the revs, so basically the back wheel doesn't lock up. So if you're in fourth coming down to third, however the electro wizardry works, it makes the engine rev high enough so that by the time you've selected that gear, the engine is already revving at that rev range so that the back wheel doesn't lock. It's very cool, sounds cool as well. So at some stage we'll pull up, have a little walk around the bike. I'll give you some statistics, but as this bike is now, well, not old, but you know, it's been around a while now. There's 1,000,001 reviews of it already, 1,000,001 websites with all the statistics on, so it's all out there for you if you want to go and have a look, but I'll run through it anyway. So as you can see, it's got a lovely TFT, LCD, I don't know, whatever, it's a display. If I say TFT, someone will point out that it's an LCD and vice versa, but I'm pretty sure it's a TFT. Sorry, the camera's in the way, but you get an idea. The rev counter, speedo, gear, temperature, it tells you what, that's your trip, what mode you're in, time, oil temperature and fuel gauge. And that's all accessed by this panel here on the left, which I think the Gen3's got a much better system, but this works for me. I don't know any different, so it works perfectly well for me. Oh, we've also got cruise control, which is lush, I've got to be honest. You've got the mode for your heated grips there, which is, well, I will say, if you do plan on getting one and you do plan on getting heated grips, please get the standard KTM ones. Don't go getting those aftermarket Oxford ones, because they look horrific for a start with that horrible box thing. The KTM heated grips are accessed by the menu here, so there's no wires, there's no gubbins. Yeah, so it's all turned on and off, and the settings are changed from the display, which is a much better way of doing it than aftermarket ones where you got a horrible little box somewhere. Right, stop waffling. Right, I think I might be able to do a little quick bit of motorway in, so I can give you an idea of what it's like at speed, show you the quick shifter. So, quick shifter, I'm not going to use this. going down a gear. Ready? 5th to 4th, 4th to 3rd. It sounds cool as well. I know that's something that's irrelevant to everything and anything, but it is cool. And it saves you a lot of time, and it does save the clutch wear, I guess. Now, I must be honest, it took a bit of practice. It took a lot of getting used to. If you've never used a quick shifter before, if you have a look online and all the different groups and forums, every brand or every make of bike company that does a quick shifter, they all kind of have their own unique not issues, but the way they work. You have to be committed, that's all I'm going to say, when you're using the quick shifter. Gently pressing on the gear lever will cause you issues, and I also find it works a lot better when you're at the higher echelon of the rev range. When you're giving it some, that's the best way I can describe it. You've got to be going some. It is very addictive, but it takes some getting used to. And I do not use it between 1st and 2nd because you can get obviously the neutrals in between 1 and 2, so you can get some false neutrals, and believe me, when you are not expecting it to drop into neutral or no gear, it's horrible. It's really off-putting, and it is quite dangerous, but it is great. It is fantastic. I love it. So in terms of living with this bike day to day, I only really have 2 bugs, I suppose, with it. The main one being, and I've already discussed this on a previous video, is the keyless system. I just don't understand the point of them on motorbikes. To me, it's just using a technology for the sake of using it. There was a perfectly good slot for a key there, and it just isn't required, because you still got to have the key fob on your person, and as a motorbiker it's taking up just space in a pocket, whereas with the traditional key it's in the ignition. So I don't like that. Plus it comes, this KTM comes with a ridiculously large key, which is just for opening the seat. It's pointless. The other issue is, I guess the turning circle on it isn't very good at all. It's pants, if I'm to be honest. So doing a sort of a U-turn or whatever can be an issue for me anyway, because the turning circle's rubbish. Other than that, I love the bike. It's full of all the latest technology, which does help you. It's not heavy. If you want to get into like fuel economy, maybe you shouldn't, you know, your average rider doesn't buy a bike for fuel economy, and it's a relatively small tank, so you do have to go to the filling station quite often. I don't really, you know, I don't I wouldn't say I don't care, but it's not the reason I have a motorbike. Fuel economy. Obviously, if you're a commuter, it's a different thing, but for me, this is a toy. What else is there? Obviously, a bike like this is quite highly strung, so you need to be strict with servicing it and maintaining it and looking after it, which should be the case for all bikes really, but more so this. It's a thoroughbred, and it should be treated as one.